setup. Start recording, Kriti.
Started on the just now.
Okay. Right on. What are the different types of operators we have? Okay. And out of operators, we have arithmetic operators. I'll give example. Arithmetic operators means the operations like subtraction, addition, multiplication, something like this. Plus or minus multiplications and divided by flow operators. So these are called arithmetic operators, okay, which is used to perform to calculate on numbers. That is called arithmetic operators. Second, logical operators, or simply, if you want to know more about operators, X. Different types of operators. Viruses. Arithmetic operators, incremental operators, decrement operators, assignment operators, relational operators, logical, conditional operators. So lot types of operators are there, but we don't need to worry about all of these. Some operators you need on this. Logical operators. Names are done. Logical operators are example, and this is called and, or where is this pipes, or and. These are called logical operators.
Anji, R is different. Anji. There is a button. R is the wrong one.
Or is pipe symbol. So where are these pipes?
Yeah, pipe symbol. You can, yeah, yes.
Or, okay. Then, so where is your in that material, whatever I have shared to you. Pritesh, pause the video recording. Just give something. Operators, plotting equals, plus equals, then minus equals, multiplication equals, divide equals, percentage equals. So these are the type of assignment operators. So very simple. Yesterday we have seen that integer a equals to 10. This equals is called as assignment operator. Okay, equals is called as assignment operators. So we'll see all of them. Ternary operators. This I'll explain once if I explain the if else conditions. Logical operators, just now and, or, and then not. These are all called as logical operators. Okay. Relational operators, just like greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, equals, not equals, not. These are all relational operators. Okay. Not is logical operator. Arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiplication, divide, then modulo operation. These are called as arithmetic operators. So this one is just, you might have seen how to get the remainder of this. Okay, so these are all the operators. Just note down them. What are arithmetic operators and what are the ternary operators? These are. So I have given the some of the operators only because all operators are not required later. Just note down. So what is assignment operators? Ternary operators, logical, relational. Satya, Ramesh, you can mention if something is missed. It is bit small difference will be there in the Apex on Java. This is Java is case sensitive and Apex is not case sensitive. And remaining almost all concepts will be same. Here also we have interfaces, then abstract classes. Apart from that, we have one more type of class, virtual class.
So what's will mean? Creating the
Virtual class.
virtual.
Done. Okay, clear on this. So shared this document to you. Go through this. Whatever the primitive data types you have. Subject is also one type of data type. Collections, list, set, map. Collection data types. Yesterday, small two numbers. this is just if. So here, this is assignment. Assignment operator means whatever it is at right side, at right side, at left side, right? So variable should be played or values should be same order. Left side should be the variable, whatever the name you can, x, y, z, a, b, c, whatever it is. Then and give assignment operator equals, and then whatever the value you want. Same way you have to, then it it finds to the system that the value of 20 stored in the location. They have already drawn some diagram that creates some memory. When you go a equals to 20, assign. So here, when you say e equals to 20, you are saying to the system that take the 20 value and store at the location of a. When you give a, then immediately it's allocates some memory. And when you give a equals to 20, then 20 will be stored in the allocated memory. Okay, so that's how it works. And then c is also having some memory. Then when you say c equals to a plus b, that means it just calculates these two values. First, operations always start from right side, so right to left. It starts b plus a, then means 30 plus 20, 50. Then this value equals means this value is going to store at C location. Okay, this is called assignment operator. This is called arithmetic operators. Okay, okay, fine. Now let's say if I ask you, so how can we display a message? Simple message. I don't need anything. Welcome. How can you display that?
System dot
System.debug.
System dot bug of welcome, right? Want to display some message without anything, you can use system dot debug and displays only once. Then let's say if I want to display same message for 10 times, how can we do this? Here you have to use like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, same order you have to, right? So
only.
if you want to give 100 times, then 100 times you have to, then 100 times system.debug is just the general way how to provide the value. For that, let's say if I want print the same message for 1000 times, it's not correct way, right? System debugs for 100 times or 1000 times. Okay, so this means the same thing have to execute multiple times. Looping statements. Hope you have already noted down all this. Looping statements. Statements. First one, while. For. And for. While. How while will work? Okay. The while, let me complete first the conditional statements. Because inside while we have conditional statements. Are called all if else if some if I'll give you examples. Conditional statements, okay, based on some condition want to execute some statements, then you can go conditional statements. Now three kind of conditions like else, if these are all called nested if. Else, then call it as nested if. So the thing, first one, syntax, very important. How to use if condition. Then start the bracket. Here statements will be there. Statements, how many statements will be there? Number of statements can. Let's have already seen what is a statement. Well, to 20. System dot condition condition syntax. Condition start the bracket statements. So here the if conditions syntax. So one way of condition statement is condition statements, then flower bracket ends. Very important. Condition is true. Whatever the condition inside this brackets, then if that condition is true, then the statements will be executed. Else it won't execute. Give an example. Here, okay. Here, what I'm trying to do is greater than 10. If a greater than 10, I have to print some system.d. Then you have to print this one. The way inside the condition. The condition is a greater than 10. So 20 will be in the A. So A greater than 10. Now the value of A is 20. The 20 will be submitted. 20 greater than 10. True. So now inside these brackets, whatever the statements are there, those statements will be executed. And then only it comes inside this block called if block. Okay, just try to execute. Then 10. You give 10. What happens? Execute or not? Statement 6 will be or not?
It will not fail.
Oh,
See,
greater than equal to means it will execute.
will it be executed or not?
No, sir. No, sir, it will not be executed.
Then yeah, and Ramesh.
Yeah, it,
Greater than 10. So 10 is greater. Condition will be false. Executed. Okay. So here we give equals, greater than, equals, or equals. Means then it may be greater or equals. A equals 10 or condition. Okay. Greater than or equals. Okay. So the simple is now here system A greater than equals. Okay. Executed because 10 and comparing with the 10 value. So it was, okay? That is if condition. Let's say else, if else, right? If else syntax will be this, then rocket starts ends. Okay, write down the syntax. I'll condition statements after if just give else block. Okay, let's see. I've given the syntax, so you write down that. So statements, right? Say then else I have to print system dot bug means the condition is true, one set of statements will any statement for your testing, I'm giving this system.debug. In coming days, you will in the else condition. So if the condition is wrong, then it will come to the else black. Okay. Here, if the condition is true, whatever the statements inside this block, flower bucket started and inside this number of statements, 100 statements, 200 statements, whatever, these statements will be if the condition is wrong, then inside the else block, these statements will be. Now here we have already seen that a greater than 10 condition. Now we give 10 and else. Let's see execution. Condition is false, then immediately it will let's try to execute. A is than 10. This is all are based on conditions only. Okay, write down that example.
Done, sir. Sir, whatever you mentioned in red color, that is a comment, sir.
So let's see another. Want to comment, if you don't want to execute this, whatever the statements, if you don't want to execute that, you can give in these two brackets. I mean, slash star and ending with slash backslash star
Mul-
backslash.
a multi-line comment.
Like if it is this condition, these are the comments. So don't want to execute this, called multi-line comments. Whatever the code it is in this condition, this color, then this called actual code. Okay, let's see. Another one is if. If first, let's see. If statements, yes, if other condition. Just blind reminder is wherever you have word, then condition should be there. Then if say greater than 10, okay? Okay. Syntax. There will be bit difference. I mean, a small difference between Java and Apex. If we use it in the Java, it will be combined. In Apex, is 5. Greater than 10 means 9 greater than 10. This will come to the else black. Again, there is one more condition. Greater than 5. Condition is true. This will be printed. Okay? Means to have different conditions and different checks for any value. You can go for this kind of else if. This space is required between this and if. Okay? So, if. There is another one. If then else. State. You can have any number of ifs. Any number of else. Example, written the syntax. I'll let if then else. For nested if, you can have a number of any number of else if conditions you can. Dots means this else ifs can be any number of else ifs you can. Conditions. Finally, it's say then again if you want to check whether it is greater than 30, you can use the same loop 30 condition. Any number of else ifs you can give. Now what will be the value? This come as the last one. Else condition will suppose the value is 9 greater than 100 wrong. Second one 9 greater than 50 wrong. 9 7 9 greater than 40 also wrong. Won't execute this box. Right done. See, Asin, you have to write your word. Right. See the first one, while is a looping statement. Want to set of statements multiple times for looping. Execute the same statements, the same number of statements or same set of statement times called as looping. While loop for loop is there. While loop, syntax of the while loop will be the executes number of statements multiple times means it start somewhere and end somewhere. Say to start there and stop somewhere. Both are conditions. Okay. Now say while condition statements text preparation. Say what you can initialization. While statements increment. Finally, okay, listen carefully. Initializations where to start as start point. Condition means so on which condition it should false. Increment or decrement. Each out, let's say 1 to 100 to execute 1, 2, 4, 5. Like that is called increment. Say the decrement. Want to print from 100 to 1, the decrement. Okay? Example, stone point, change point. Are very much important. Condition for any loop, while loop, do while, whatever it is. These three are very much important. Initialization, start, increment or decrement. Three are very much important. Say we want to print data. Let's say 1 to 10 first. Saying that 1 to